You guys are pretty damn sexy. All right, that's enough.
Beta!
Clap it. Yeah. Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Cheryl. This is Coding with Strangers, and I want to thank you, first and foremost. You guys have shown me so much love because of this video. If you haven't seen it, there'll be a link to it in the bottom of this video or somewhere on the screen. If you want to see what all the buzz is. I didn't think that video was going to blow up, but apparently a lot of people thought my nuanced take on AI was something to be celebrated, and I appreciate that. You know, strangers are welcomed here. But with that being said, more AI announcements are coming out, and I find it fascinating that we had the Claude announcement, OpenAI, we had Google, now we have Microsoft. And upon closer inspection, you want to know what I'll say about AI? If you work or are closely associated with tech, I mean, if you know how to make a print statement, if you know how to make a loop, if you know how to make an if statement in any of the prominent languages out there, I mean, if you're a primogen, then you're a demigod, so this doesn't apply to you. We love primogen, clap it. But the closer I've become to technology, the better I've become at programming, the less excited I am about the technology designed to make programming easier. And I feel in large part it's because we understand a little bit of how the language works. So the simplicity of what this very complex system is achieving seems a little underwhelming. And that's not to say that it's not a great achievement. And back end looking forward, the modern marvels that these components are able to do with the new ARM chips, the new NPU, which we'll be talking about here, is truly fascinating. It's remarkable. It goes without saying that they're great accomplishments, but what they are being used to do is the problem with advancements in technology without creativity, without functionality. There's no point in you having a stealth jet to go to the grocery store. It's cool that your next door neighbors are always going to be talking to you. You're going to be the talk of the town, but literally there's no way in hell you can justify starting that engine just to go to the grocery store. It's overkill. And after getting a week's worth of this information about AI, I feel a little dead inside, okay? But who am I to hesitate or even bestow failure upon these modern marvels? I mean, they're the ones making it. I'm just reviewing it. Maybe Microsoft Copilot PC has something new for us. Let's find out. Microsoft announces Copilot Plus PCs with built-in AI hardware. Microsoft is making a major push to put AI into laptops. It is introducing a new branding today called Copilot Plus PC. That'll highlight when Windows laptops come with built-in AI hardware and support for AI features across operating systems. All Microsoft major laptop partners will offer Copilot Plus PC. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said at an event at the company headquarters on Monday that included Dell, Lenovo, Samsung, HP, Acer, and Asus. Microsoft has also introduced two of its own as part of the Surface line. And while Microsoft is also making a big push to bring ARM chips to Windows laptop, today Nadella, I'm going to say Nadella from now on. Nadella said that the laptop with Intel and AMD chip will offer these AI features too. So you're going to hear the word ARM a lot as we talk about this. And the ARM is a response to what's going on with Apple. Apple's M1 chip line is truly fascinating. And as a person who is shit on Apple's products as far as their MacBooks and laptops, I find them to be thinly veiled garbage because they go for style over functionality. But the M1 chip is similar and the ARM chip are similar to what you see used in cell phone, which give for better battery life. And if you've ever had a PC or a laptop, laptop specifically, you know that battery is dog water. 2 years in, it's over with. Your laptop literally lives on life support. I remember one time I was trying to turn in a homework assignment at 11:59, and I tripped over the power cord. It didn't even last long enough for me to put it back in. And hey,
that's what she said.
Gotcha. Clap it. I love it. Microsoft is super late to the party. Microsoft has only optimized their M1 chip to be advanced and prepared for this new rollout of AI. So Microsoft finds themselves behind the 8 ball, trying to play catch up. And if we know anything, we know when companies try and play catch up, things get messy real quick. Let's find out how neat Microsoft is. The AI capabilities will be possible thanks to the neural processor included with the laptop. One of the flagships features it'll power its recall, which is supposed to use AI to create a searchable photographic memory of everything you've done and seen on your PC. The laptop will run more than 40 AI models as part of the Windows 11 power. These new features, Microsoft built-in AI assistant Copilot, will also gain support OpenAI GPT-4o model, which was introduced last week. So the chip will come with a new chip. I think it's called, anyway, the chip has a special name, but it's basically function NPU. So now you have a GPU, a CPU, and an NPU. And the NPU will specifically work with the database. It functions as its own hardware to help take the information you have and then put it into a server queue, ask the question, and then return the information. So basically, the NPU can be looked at as a glorified search bar, but this recall function is by far one of the most mystifying things I've ever seen announced in a product for 2 reasons. It has the ability to photographically memorize everything on your screen. And besides, let's just sidestep the nightmare that is private security and the fact that they're giving this to you as a package deal. Hey, it's yours to use. You can turn it off, but keep it on. It's for you to use. They claim that they're going to keep your information safe, but that's already a lie because the processor functions as a closed module that only searches your query and then returns information back. So while they can probably decline that they can't see your image, I find that very hard to believe, and something that can simply be turned or changed with the simple change of a terms of service 6 months from now when everyone already has the product. But let's say that they do keep their word, which we know they're not going to. Come on. You're not going to piss on my back and tell me it's rain. Did they just invent a glorified autosave button? Because correct me if I'm wrong, every single program that you use, every single thing that every app, every mobile device, everything you have on your computer all run and have an autosave feature. Hell, if they don't, Control S. You can even hotkey it to be just S. Like that's a hotkey. So who is this for? Is this for someone who literally just keeps all of their files in one folder and doesn't organize them, doesn't label them? Do we want to celebrate those people? Is that what we're trying to? Nobody smart enough or capable enough to use this technology would ever need this technology. And no one talked. Because I sat here and said to myself, Hero, you're being petty. Stop it, Hero. But then I seriously thought to myself, are you going to buy a laptop or a Surface Pro for $999 base and then give it to a 5-year-old and say, hey, it'll remember everything you want. But mommy, there's a button in the top left corner called save. Hey, shut up. That's why your dad left. You're always trying to outsmart some shit. I don't know. I think I'm a hater. Yusuf Madai, the Microsoft exec over Windows, said the new laptop will be 58% faster than the MacBook Air with an M3 processor, which isn't as fast as their M5 chip. and have a battery life that lasts all day. We've heard that story before. Still haven't seen it. Nadella didn't make it clear, however, if this will be true for all of Copilot Plus PC laptops or just the models that make the switch to Qualcomm ARM-based processors. Microsoft expects 50 million laptops to be sold over the next year under the Copilot Plus PC brand. Copilot Plus PC will have a certain spec requirement to make sure they can deliver the performance Microsoft is promising. They'll need to have at least 256 gigabytes of SSD and an integrated neural processor, that's the NPU, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. Get fucked. 16. And I mean, it's good, but once again, no one is buying this. No one is buying this to check emails or to sort their pictures and stuff like this. But maybe there are, but then why would you buy this? Maybe this is practical for what it's intended to do. I think I would use it simply to do you could stream on it, but like it would make for a great remote access, and I think that's what it's normally for. So once again, I think I'm being a hater. You guys let me know if I'm being a hater. Double what the Mac Air starts at. The ARM based model with Qualcomm chips are quoted as having battery life that supports up to 15 hours of web browsing. Microsoft is pitching these devices as part of the new era of Windows laptops, and it might not be all talk. Good, they know people are talking shit. The shift to ARM-based chips, which Microsoft has tried and failed to achieve in the past, could meaningfully boost the battery life in Windows laptops, and the new AI features are designed to work across process hardware. It is too big a bet on unproven hardware and software, but they have the potential to be transformative if they work. Today is kind of a special day. We get to reimagine the platform that fuels our work and passion, and in a new category of PCs, Nadella said at the event. The first Copilot Plus PC will launch June 18th and use Qualcomm process models, and the Intel AMD processors will ship at a later date. So all in all, good on Microsoft to do this. And I would say like Microsoft, I can't say Microsoft is bullshitting, right? I can't say they're bullshitting because they're putting their money where their mouth is. Now they might have had to lay off a lot of people to do this, but they're putting their money where their mouth is. Microsoft invests $13 billion in Gen AI. Does Copilot for Windows show it's a bad bet? So, they put their money back. This was back in 2023. Yahoo Finance. Microsoft first invest $1 billion in OpenAI in 2019, then upped the ante January with another $10 billion. So what are we at? 10, 11, what was that one? 13, what was it? 11, 13, 24 billion. And then Microsoft invests another $1.5 billion in Abu Dhabi's G42 accelerate AI development and global expansion. So Microsoft isn't messing around. They're definitely trying to capture the market and be known as the best in the business for said product. The question is, will they be able to get a return on this investment? We already talked about the recall and how it's just a glorified autosave button. The price tag at base is $999. They also have another feature that to bolster people's involvement with it. The new Paint will now have a split screen where you can draw on the Paint side, and based on a slider for creativity, it will mimic your artwork but make it better or worse based on how much creativity you want to give it. To which I immediately said, this is great for people who can't draw and want to, create something without the need of other people or other resources. This sounds great. And I can imagine the API being used to connect it to other drawing platforms. And this was probably the most interesting, and it was actually pretty nice to see because you immediately understand what they're trying to do, because this is something that needs to be connected to the server and you have to give permission to. And I'm pretty sure the terms of service will talk about how the artwork you create is not yours. One of the most damning things about creating artwork in AI is its inability to replicate finite details. Having someone have the ability to draw those finite details and having someone's pen or however they're choosing to move the mouse to identify how finite details are identified and separated and colored is a massive tool, which is something they can't teach it how to do, especially if the people teaching it don't know how to draw. But you get a bunch of people who can and give it to them and let them be free. Like we said this last week and we'll say it again. If they give you a free thing to use, you're the product. They're going to give it to you for a year. And then sometime next year, 6 months in, you're going to be enjoying yourself and you're going to see an ad pop up. And then you're going to see a pop-up box saying, hey, you want this stuff to go away? Pay us $59.99. It's all yours. That's cool. Another thing that becomes painfully clear is the nightmare that is privacy. We said this with Grok. We said this with OpenAI. We said this with Google. And now we're going to say it with Microsoft. Microsoft is trying to make it, I don't know if they're trying to get ahead of the bad PR that they heard that the other three companies got. But they're saying that this will be a system this will all be ran off of this NPU. And if you're telling me this NPU is big enough or strong enough to run a closed model, large language model, what else can it do? Like, what? Can it do other work on the computer? Like, or is it only for this? Because I will be flabbergasted to not be able to use this NPU to do other more efficient, optimized things on my computer because it's only designed to monitor AI related work. I hope it has more functionality. It has to have more functionality, because if you don't want to give your information to Microsoft, you shouldn't have to. And if you don't have to, they're giving you then what's the point of buying this device if you can't really use it? We need further clarification on how they plan, what they mean by in-house closed model, because clearly that NPU is functioning as a prompt box for you to put in your suggestions, send it out, and bring it back. We need better information on it. I think in closing for me, it's just, once again, it's a lot of glitz and glam, but not a lot of use. And maybe once again, this realization that, the closer I get to technology, the less wowed I am that this fascinating piece of technology isn't being used to do other things. But I'm probably not the target market for this. Like, this is supposed to garner mass adoption from people, from the common person, a person who just wants to email stuff, who wants to look into things, who probably wants to plan a few things, who probably has like a work assignment, homework assignment, and just wants to make their life easier. Maybe for people who aren't that organized. I have to understand that, the world wasn't made for me, so I shouldn't be mad when things pop up that I can't use. But I should be a little bit more happy for the people that can use. So, let me stop being a hater. Clap it.
Bang, 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 bang.
Times is tough out here. But we're not going to let it defeat ourselves. Like, share, and subscribe.